think we're live. We're live on Facebook and we're live on Instagram. So welcome to everyone who has joined us. Probably maybe one person, I think. Hi, Catbird Yoga and Sierra, and oh my goodness, we have a lot of people joining. That's wonderful. Okay, so hi, I'm Sarah. I am CEO and co-founder of Om Lifestyle LLC. Yay, I got a heart. Thanks. I love you guys. I just want to first off say hi to my friends and warriors and amazing party people. Today we're going to be talking about yoga and the amazing effects of yoga on the body and its effects on migraines. And I can speak from personal experience the effects of yoga. I have experienced more wellness in my emotional, physical, emotional, I probably said that 2 times, mental, spiritual health. And but there is more than just my personal experience to back this up. There are scientific studies that have been done. One specific scientific study done in 2014 that we're going to go over in just a few minutes. But before I go over that, I just want to tell you a little bit about Om if you don't know already. We started Om. Oh, my little cat back there. That's Christofferson. She loves to join in on the action. But tell you a little bit about Om. We started it because of my experience and my partner's experience, my co-founder, our experience with migraines. His support of me battling and navigating this disease and my own experience have really inspired our mission and our perspective of holistic healing for migraines. Because anybody, whoa, sorry about that. Anyone who has experienced chronic pain knows that it's way more than just a physical battle. It is also emotional. It really is a holistic experience of mind, body, and soul, especially chronic pain. So that is why we're so passionate about treating us holistically. And to keep going, so if you know me a little bit, you know that I love yoga. I could preach about it, but instead of preaching about it, I'm going to tell you a little bit scientifically what is happening when you do yoga. So a scientific study was published in 2014 in the International Journal of Yoga on the benefits of yoga on migraines. The study was done with 60 people, split into 2 groups. 30 people received conventional care, and 30 of the 60 received conventional care combined with yoga. So I wasn't exactly sure what conventional care meant. I looked for it, still not exactly sure, but we do know what kind of yoga they used. So they did an hour of yoga 5 times a week for 6 weeks. It's a lot of yoga. Awesome, but it is a lot of yoga. It's a commitment. So just bear with me. The yoga that they practiced was composed of a lot of breathing techniques, stretching, and a vinyasa flow, like sun salutation. So that's getting your heart rate up, a little cardio, and so 6 weeks of that. The results were that both groups had reduced frequency and intensity. Awesome. Both groups were benefiting. But the group that had yoga had greater results in intensity and frequency of their migraines. They overall had better results. 29 out of the 30 people who were in the yoga group reported that it greatly improved their clinical condition. That was just from their own personal experience, which is amazing. So the conventional care group, they had an improvement in their sympathetic nervous system, and so did the yoga group. But in addition to that sympathetic nervous system functioning, the yoga group experienced an improvement in their vagal tone. So if you don't know what a vagal tone is, you are not alone. Hi crew, Rogers, I see that you just joined and you said you've been up with a migraine since 3 a.m. I am so sorry. I would suggest either heat or ice to help with the effects. Taking a bath or putting ice on the back of my neck sometimes helps. And also check out our website, maybe do some yoga. There's yoga on our website under the Mind tab. Our website is omofficial.com. And I really hope you find some relief soon. I hear your pain, and I totally sympathize and empathize. So let us know if you find some relief. Epidural injection, cervical spine tomorrow. Good luck, Slider. We're rooting for you, and you are in our thoughts and prayers. So,
Christine DeMoss.
Hey, Christine. Christine on Facebook is joining us and saying hi. So, thanks for joining us. We're talking about yoga and it increasing our vagal tone, which I'm about to tell you what the vagal tone is, and it's pretty crazy. So, to know what a vagal tone is, we have to know what our vagus nerve is. And the vagus nerve it's at the brainstem, and just behind our ears, starts at our brainstem, just behind our ears, and it travels down the sides of our neck, across the chest, and down through the abdomen. And vagus, in Latin, is translates to wandering. So it wanders all through our body, and it connects with it connects your brain to the stomach, digestive tract, lungs, heart. It pretty much involves your organs, your intestinal tract and everything, communication between your brain and your body. It also is involved in speech, like what I'm doing right now, eye contact, facial expressions, I'm doing a lot of that, and even our ability to tune into each other's voices, so it's being used like pretty much every second of our lives. And it's pretty incredible. So having a strong vagus nerve is really important. Our vagus nerve is made up of thousands and thousands of fibers. 80% of those fibers are sensory, meaning that the vagus nerve reports back to your brain what's going on from your organs. So it's operating far below the level of our conscious minds. So it's going even when we're not thinking about it, which is a good thing. It's an essential part of our parasympathetic nervous system. And to kind of talk about the parasympathetic nervous system, it's what is involved in our stress response, our fight or flight response with our adrenal glands. So not all vagus nerves are the same, since not all bodies are the same. Therefore, some people have stronger vagus nerve activities. You love Vegas. Just kidding. Which means if you have a stronger vagus nerve, just naturally, you're going to have hey, touche, gouche. Thanks for all the hearts. if you have a strong vagus nerve, it means that your body's going to be able to relax faster than other people's without a strong vagus nerve. So, lucky you if you have a strong vagus nerve. All right, the strength of your vagus nerve response is also known as your vagal tone. So that answers our vagal tone question. What is it? It's if you have a strong vagus nerve, that communication between your brain and your body. Every time you breathe in, every single time you breathe in, your vagus nerve is being activated. So when you breathe in, your heart rate actually starts increasing because it's trying to increase the blood flow throughout your body of new, freshly oxygenated blood. Conversely, when you breathe out, your heart actually slows down. This speeding up and slowing down of your heart rate is controlled by the vagus nerve. So if you have a strong vagal tone, that heart rate going up and down, the variability of that is actually, if you have a large variability in your heart rate speeding up and slowing down, you actually have a very strong vagal tone.
For people that just joined, can you describe the connection between the vagal tone and yoga?
Okay, so for people that just joined, the vagal tone connected to yoga. People who practiced yoga in a study published in 2014, a group of 60 people split into two groups. 30 people did yoga, 30 people received only conventional care. The yoga group also received conventional care, and the yoga group had an increase in their vagal tone while the conventional care group did not.
And they experienced less severe migraine pain?
Yes. So the group with yoga experienced less severe migraine pain and less intense and less duration, actually. So to keep going with the vagus nerve and your vagal tone and why it's important, research shows that a high vagal tone makes your body better at regulating blood glucose levels. A spike in blood glucose levels is actually a migraine trigger.
Very common
Very common migraine trigger. So if you're able to regulate your blood glucose levels more efficiently, then you're better equipped and able to prevent a migraine. So having a strong vagal tone is important for that. It reduces your likelihood of diabetes, stroke, and heart disease. So having a strong vagal tone increases your likelihood of being healthy for longer. Pretty awesome. It also, having a low vagal tone, so not having a very strong vagus nerve, is connected with high levels of inflammation and chronic inflammation. So another huge reason why your vagus nerve and vagal tone is important. Doesn't sound like it's that important, but it actually is. And so inflammation can actually be a good thing. Sounds crazy, but inflammation is one of the body's ways of helping repair itself. But when we have prolonged inflammation, it can cause nerve damage and just a lot of other problems.
Including migraines.
And other diseases. So that's a huge reason why we want to strengthen our vagal tone and vagus nerve. A study was done. I don't know if any of you know Maria Vrind. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but Maria Vrind was a gymnast, and she suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, like debilitating rheumatoid arthritis. She was on so many different chemotherapy regimens and a lot of different. Someone has asked vagus nerve and depression. Those are related, actually. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but our mood and the vagus nerve are very related. A study was also done that doing meditation practices of goodwill towards yourself and towards others actually improved mood and improved vagus nerve functioning. Pretty incredible. And we can actually measure your vagus nerve functioning through an electrocardiogram, EKG. So this is measurable. But yes, they are connected, and by strengthening the vagus nerve, you're actually going to help your mood. And so by doing yoga, you can help strengthen your vagus nerve. And I'm about to talk about other ways of engaging and strengthening your vagus nerve as well, if yoga is just not your thing. So
You were talking about the gymnast?
yes, I was talking about a gymnast named Maria Friend who had debilitating rheumatoid arthritis because of a chronic illness, and she went through a clinical trial that they implanted a vagus nerve stimulator right on her brainstem, and it was this electrical device that stimulated her vagus nerve every day. I don't exactly remember the exact parameters of the study. It's online, and I will post that for everyone who is interested. I highly recommend going and checking it out if you want more details. But basically, through that device, that electrical device that stimulated her vagus nerve, she was able to go into remission of her arthritis, and other people in the clinical trial were able to go into remission of their rheumatoid arthritis as well, just by stimulating the vagus nerve. Pretty incredible. It sounds like magic, kind of is. Our bodies are magical. You are magic. You are magic. So,
You have a comment over here. Noreen says she loves yoga.
Noreen! I love yoga too.
And my mom. Oh, Ren is on here. Thank you.
Hey,
She says,
Rose. And hey, Ren.
she says, thank you, Sarah and Owen, for this info. I'll have to watch the recording later.
Wonderful.
Alas, work calls here in Cali. Hugs to all.
Yay. Thanks right back to you. Thank you for joining us. And it really is incredible. This whole vagus nerve, learning about it has really expanded my knowledge of my own body, our bodies. It's pretty incredible how this one nerve really does affect so many functionings within our body. Gut health, heart health, just overall well-being. So I want to do a little recap. In the first study about yoga, in yoga's effects on migraines, we learned that yoga had an increase on the vagal tone, which is your body's ability to communicate through the vagus nerve. That also means that the yoga group in this study had an improved sympathetic nervous system, improved sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous functioning. So your fight or flight response, that stress response, as well as so your subconscious functioning, as well as your conscious functioning. So because an increase in the vagal tone reduces inflammation, we can deduce that yoga helps decrease unwanted inflammation when practiced regularly and in the correct way. So if you're not interested in yoga It's okay, I get it. We're not all going to be on the same page. But if you have like a little bit of interest, I would highly recommend checking it out. I have a lot of yoga videos, YouTube videos, not me, but other yoga teachers who have posted YouTube videos. Those are listed on the community website, omofficial.com. And they are on the Mind tab of the website. Again, that's omofficial.com under the Mind tab of the website. And there are like a bunch of yoga videos and some resources for you. So I would highly recommend checking that out if you're interested.
So Lydia says hi.
Hi, Lydia.
Lydia Chumley. And I guess just for people that joined, just a very quick summary. There was a study done of people that received conventional treatment for migraine, and then there was another group that got the conventional treatment plus yoga, and the conventional treatment plus yoga, that group of 30 people experienced less severe migraines.
Yes.
And a lot of it, we believe, is attributed to the calming, essentially, of the vagal tone.
So for those of you who don't know who that voice is and have just joined in, that is Greg.
Hey, everyone.
He is another co-founder, and my partner. So, like Greg said, yes, the group who had migraines and received conventional care along with yoga had a reduction in the frequency and intensity of their migraines, as well as an increase in their vagus nerve response between their brain and their body.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I have done that 2 times now. You guys are probably needing some chill now. All right. So, if you're wondering what can you do instead of yoga to help engage your vagus nerve, there are multiple things you can do. You are in luck. Okay, so we can do slow, rhythmic, diaphragmatic breathing. So your diaphragm is a large muscle that helps support your breathing. So if you breathe down low into your diaphragm, down deep into your lungs, instead of up in your chest, like not up in your chest, but down low, filling up your lungs. Deep belly breaths that make your whole belly expand. That is going to help stimulate your vagus nerve because it is engaging your lungs.
So, with that being said, if someone has a migraine, if they, for example, just rested and laid down on the couch and did some kind of slow, deep breathing into their diaphragm, that could potentially help ease some of their...
It could potentially help. There's also a wonderful yoga breathing exercise. There's a video on omofficial.com under the Mind section that does alternate nostril breathing, where you breathe in one side and then out the other, and that side and out the other. And that is very cooling on the nervous system. I would check that out. That is going to help engage the vagus nerve because of that deep breathing and the slow inhale and exhale. Also, another wonderful way to engage the vagus nerve is humming or singing. That's one of my favorite ways to engage the vagus nerve. Also, you can chant Om. Om. So, because your vocal cords are engaged, that's also stimulating the vagus nerve. Another way you can engage your vagus nerve is by talking. So I've been working on my vagus nerve this whole time. Aren't you jealous? So if you like to talk a lot like me, you probably have a somewhat strong vagus nerve. Hey, secret candy cane. You engage your vagus nerve a lot like me.
Noreen says yoga and alternate nostril breathing has always helped her.
Yes, they help me so much, and I'm so glad you find relief with yoga and alternate nostril breathing. They're wonderful, amazing resources. And the best part is, it's all you. It's all natural. And hi, Secret Candy Cane. So glad you joined us. Okay, another way to engage and help strengthen your vagus nerve, super easy, splash your face with cold water. It's refreshing for one and strengthens your vagal tone. So I would recommend that one. Meditation is another way. A 2010 study done by Barbara Fredrickson and Betty Koch found that increasing your positive emotions led to increased social closeness, makes sense, as well as an improvement in your vagal tone. So I think they specifically studied the effects of positive meditation, meditation that promotes feelings of goodwill towards yourself and others. That specifically had an increase on the vagal tone. So practicing self-love, practicing a loving and happy kindness gratitude practice actually makes you stronger. Amazing. We are amazing. All right, one more way that we can strengthen our vagus nerve is by balancing our gut health. So take probiotics. Like, I have been trying to do that more often. This is more motivation to keep a healthy gut. If you eat yogurt, if you're not lactose intolerant and that milk doesn't trigger your migraines, I would say do a lot of yogurt or kefir. Anything with all those good, happy probiotics. Okay, so that last one for our friend who asked, someone's calling me, for our friend who asked about the vagus nerve and depression, that study in 2010 by Barbara Fredrickson and Bethany Koch, that was a big one about the effects of meditation on the vagus nerve and how that affected mood. So I would definitely check that out if you struggle with your mood, which I can attest I do as well. And yoga has been a humongous help for me in that area as well. So in order to stimulate our vagus nerves, I thought we could do a little bit of breathing. So I'm going to post on the community website after I am done here a practice that does some breathing where she guides you through breathing in for 4 counts, holds for 2 counts, and then exhales for 6. And by doing a longer exhale than inhale, you're stimulating your vagus nerve because, like we said before, your heart rate, when you breathe in, your heart rate increases because it's trying to pump oxygenated blood throughout your body. And when you exhale, your heart rate slows because it's not having to pump through your body as much. And that variability is controlled by the vagus nerve. So that's why breathing helps stimulate it. So let's together just do one time doing an inhale of 4, hold for 2, and then exhale for 6. So wherever you are, try and get in a comfortable position. Put your feet flat on the floor. Get in a nice, relaxed position. Relax your shoulders. Relax your body. Relax your jaw. Relax the muscles in your face. And when you're ready, I would recommend closing your eyes. Closing your eyes is more introspective. Helps send your gaze inward. So when we're ready, we're going to take a breath of 4. So Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can keep this going on your own. I would highly recommend it. It's very calming, cooling, soothing. The more you do it, the longer you do it, the more soothing it gets. And like I said, I'll post the video with that in it. It's actually called Yoga for Sleep. And it is so relaxing. It's amazing. You'll probably go right to sleep after you do it if you do it right now. So I would recommend doing that after you get to a nice, comfortable place. But I just want to open this time up for any questions, comments, anything you guys might be wondering, and open up the space for some dialogue, because I think that's the most important thing about community, is just having this dialogue between us. I want to thank you guys for everyone who joined. The more we know, the more we learn, the more power we have to create change. So
one comment over here from Rose.
Hey, Rose.
I put Zen Nectar, and you may want to read it to the people on Instagram. I put Zen Nectar at the top of my spinal cord, in that indention of my neck. And she does that for
right here.
Right, and she does that for her nerve pain and migraine, and putting Zen Nectar there, she says, does wonders.
That's incredible. That's exactly where I put it too. So for those of you who haven't heard of Zen Nectar is our pain relieving gel. We sell it at omofficial.com, and it has amazing things in it: menthol, bergamot, camphor, and it is warming and cooling. So by putting that on that place right under, right at your brainstem, right at your brainstem.
She's saying the indention of her neck.
The indention of your neck. Am I pointing to it right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
She probably, right in there.
Right in there. So that's actually, I could be wrong, but that's actually where your brainstem is and where the vagus nerve begins. So, and because it begins right below your ears and right back there. It's also connected to your trigeminal nerve. So those of you who have trigeminal neuralgia, connected and associated with your migraines, your vagus nerve and your trigeminal nerve are connected, and if your jaw is out of alignment, it can be causing extra inflammation and keeping your vagus nerve from communicating with your trigeminal nerve, and that can be triggering migraines as well and increasing your inflammation.
And so Zen Nectar, though, at the back of the neck,
at the back of the neck,
can help with nerve. Can help with nerve pain.
Can help with because
according to Rose.
According.
No, but I've seen her do that, so I know it helps.
I'm so glad that helps you. I put it right on the base of my neck, behind my ears. I put it on my temples. Actually, I just put it all over my face, wherever I feel the pain. I'll put it on my neck and shoulders because I usually get pain in my neck and shoulders with migraines.
Christine DeMoss says,
hi, Christine.
She says she has a new goal, and it's to improve her vagal tone.
Yay! Me too. We're going to have the strongest vagal tones.
Vagal tone. That's right.
We're going to be vagal tone warriors. So I wish you all the best of luck, hope, health, and strong vagal tones.
Yes, and people can email you directly with any questions.
Yes, people can always email me directly at support@omhomelife or omofficial.com. Again, that's support@omofficial.com. And I will respond as quickly as I can. I love being able to communicate. You can private message me on Facebook or on Instagram as well. I'm always around trying to help wherever I can, start a conversation and learn from each other. I think that's what life is all about, creating and learning and building together. So, I love you guys. Much love, hope, and happiness. And let's do this again. I'm gonna be doing this again next week. And so I hope to see you then.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for all the love, you guys. You guys are the best. Happy Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.